How's it going, man?
Man, it's podcast day. I love Wednesdays.
Danton here with my good friend Chad, here to talk about fights. Saturday night was kind of a bummer. It was another early card, like on early in the day, and everybody bitched about it all week, including us. But there's turned out to be a couple good fights, and they're all great athletes. Lupita Godinez is that hot chick that she fought twice in 7 days.
Yeah, Dana loves that stuff.
Oh my God, she got handily defeated in a decision, and hell, you would have thought she won the way he praised her after the
Right.
which is good. They should both get some shine, you know. Luana whooped her ass, moves ahead in the flyweight division, and Lupita doesn't get. They call her Lupi Godinez, doesn't get penalized because hey, she did a badass quick turnaround, and that's the kind of shit he loves. I don't know. It's kind of like the Chimaev thing. I still don't know if he blew up so big because he did that or because the way he won. One of those fights was like a 2-minute wrestling showcase,
Right.
with a TKO. And I think...
And he was fighting in different weight classes, too.
Yeah, he was going, well, you know, that could be good or bad. He fought at 170, which is his natural division, and then wanted to fight 10 days later and did it at 85, like, so he didn't have to cut again. This girl did... I'm fairly certain that she fought in the same division twice, but that could be totally wrong.
Yeah, I think she did.
She might have been a 15er. I don't know, but yeah, she just she kind of looked like Brian Ortega's his girlfriend's little brother fought last week, and he just looked outclassed the whole time. He kept going for his wrestling, jiu-jitsu stuff, and just couldn't get it. She kind of looked like that. Like anything she tried didn't quite work. It was a good fight, but it was definitely a UD. The fight after that was pretty controversial. Ramazan Ameev dominated this dude named Danny Roberts. He dominated him. He wrestled him the whole round, every round. It was one of those deals that when Danny would strike back, it would be like, oh, shit, and he would get back into a good holding him down position. So Danny looked more dangerous. Ramazan dominated the fight. And they announced a split decision, and I don't ever make big bets, but I just put like $50 on him and something else. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to put 20 on the main, or the rest of that on the main event not to go. And then I'm going to put whatever that is on Corey Anderson's fight and the other Bellator title fight not to go. And by the end of the night, I had $1,000 in my mind, you know. And it was a split, so I went, fuck. Danny Roberts, you know, I was like, oh my God. Well, they said him first. There's no way to tell. You always go, well, they said him first. Does that matter? No. Sometimes 2 and 3 went for the other guy. Sometimes it's 1 and 3. But then Ramazan obviously got the second judge, and I was like, oh, God. And then they said 30-27, and I went, whew. And then they said the other dude.
Yeah, 3 different scores.
It was insane. Now, I think there might have been some drama over the commentators kind of harping too much on it last week because they didn't say a fucking word. Not, controversial one there or close fight there. They just went to the next segment. So it was a robbery, man. I got on the live Reddit discussion, and I said the worst way to lose this kind of parlay. I said the worst bad beat in gambling is whenever you get fucked. Now, in football, if it's like a controversial flag, you can't really claim you got fucked. But whenever a team won, if the Dolphins beat the Jaguars on Sunday and the refs came out and said, Jaguars win, just because we said so,
right.
It would be fucking anarchy, you know? And that's what this was. So, total bummer, tough way to lose. I quit betting the rest of the night just because I was salty. I'm glad I did because I had a lot of that stuff wrong. Both Bellator fights did not go the distance, but the main event on Fight Night did. I had Andrew Sanchez by knockout, which was the prelim main event, and he got knocked out. I took the Nate Landwehr Ludwig Klein fight not to go, and it didn't. But God damn it, it almost did. It was like 2 minutes left in the fight when you love that guy, I think.
2:22 into the third round.
Yeah, Nate the Train synced in a slick old Darce, and I thought, holy shit. And then after the fight, he's like, yeah, I just did a submission to show people I knew how to do them.
Yeah, screaming the whole time.
Yeah, he's got all knockouts, you know. He's not a sub guy. So it was crazy to see, but that was a good fight.
Might have been. He didn't even need the microphone.
No, he's loud.
He's
but
so
he
loud.
sounds like he's got a fucking chaw in his mouth, like he's got chewing tobacco in there or something, because I can never understand a word he says, bro. let's see, women's flyweight. Maria Bueno Silva got dominated. There was a 10-8 in there, never good. Manon Fiorot, I don't know how to say her name. The coolest thing of the night was Jim Miller, okay? Most UFC fights, or most fights in UFC history, 38, is that what you said last week? Old as fuck. Fighting a guy on his first UFC fight ever, just some young unsigned kid, like 25. And he knocked that motherfucker out, dude. Mm-hmm. Not like a fluky one, like he went toe-to-toe with the kid in round 1, and as soon as round 2 started, dropped his ass. And it was awesome, dude. It was awesome. That dude's a legend. Never had a belt, never even got to fight for a belt, but a fucking legend, dude. You gotta love Jim Miller.
Yeah, and I mean, he's fought good competition in his career. I mean, he's fought...
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's great. Donald Cerrone, Nate Diaz, all these guys. I mean, he's fought good competition.
Any, like, title eliminators or anything like that in his day?
He was very close at times. But
always a lightweight?
Yep.
Always a lightweight.
Never missed weight in his entire career.
That was a fun fact. Yeah, they said that because a couple people missed weight. And I thought, wow, never. 40 tries, 40 successes. Like, holy fucking moly.
And that says a lot for something we're about to get to in a little bit.
Right. And co-main, Andrei Arlovsky, he defeated Carlos Felipe. That's a big heavyweight. Outweighed Andre by 30 pounds, dude. And Andre picked him apart. It was a close fight, like not one-sided, but he definitely won 2 rounds. It's just crazy at 42 years old, the dude is like looking slick, looking smarter than ever, taking less damage than ever.
Wants to keep going.
Not looking old. Yeah. He said, no way. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, I'm 42 now, 45 at the earliest. Like, shut the fuck up about it. Let me make a run here, you know? And heavyweight's the one division where them old dogs can kind of hang late in the game. Mm-hmm. I mean, heavyweight's got probably the weakest top 15.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Definitely last night on Contender, some dude named Petrosian got a cool knockout. No big deal, but they're all of a sudden... We got a contender in the heavyweight division. If that was any other division, you're not getting mentioned in the top 15 after Contender Series win, you know? So definitely could see him getting a couple big fights. You know, Fedor's fighting this weekend for Bellator. It'd be cool if Andre did some super fights, but I think he's wanting to try to climb the ladder, you know? So it is what it is. Look good. Main event was, there was some controversy. Norma Dumont destroyed Aspen Ladd. UD 49-46, 48-47, which is controversial, and another 49-46. Aspen moved up in weight. She definitely looked smaller. That's no excuse. Like, you weighed in at 145 too.
Yeah.
She might have came in a little under. She might have came in at like 141, but still, you took the fight. And you're only in this spot because you couldn't make weight a week or 2 ago.
Yeah, she missed weight at the weight class below this.
Yeah, so she missed weight within the last 10 or 14 days and took this fight, which she got a lot of shit for because she came out and addressed the weight miss with some stuff people didn't want to hear.
Yeah.
And I don't know. She, her coach reamed her ass the entire fight. And he was rough. When I was watching it a couple times, I was like, God damn. But I was never like, holy shit, this is abuse, you know?
Yeah, I never thought he crossed the line.
Not once.
No, at the end of round 3 when he's going off, like, you're right, this is what needs to happen.
I feel like he's like me. Like, he just, like, says the F word sometimes. Mm-hmm. I feel like he just talks like that. So I don't think when he was saying the F word, it was like, you motherfucker. It was just like, what the fuck you doing, girl? You're down 3-0. You want to win? You got to go knock this bitch out. Like, that's just how the dude talks. He was fierce, and he did the exact same thing I'd want. Now, Miesha Tate's starting a little shit on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. But, dude, if I'm down 3-0, and I sit down with you in my corner, and you say, looking good, man, just keep doing what you're doing, and I'm really losing, you're hurting me as a fighter.
Right.
You're fucking sabotaging me from my own team.
Give me the truth. I want to know. Am I down?
Yes.
If I'm down, tell me.
If it's, buddy, I think no matter what you do, you're going to lose on points.
Yeah.
I want to know.
You have to go finish the fight.
Finish the fucking fight.
You have to finish the fight.
Yeah.
We understand the judges suck. But by my scoring, you've lost. You have to finish the fight.
Right. And this is, we say it all the time, this is the hurt business, okay? Like, the best, coolest things about fighting suck, usually, okay? She joined this game. The bitch is a fighter. She probably wouldn't even care that I'm referring to her as the bitch because she's a bad bitch. Like, she's a fucking pro fighter main eventing a UFC card. We need to, if she's got a problem with her coaches, she'll behind the scenes say, hey, talk to me like that again, motherfucker. And you can go coach Maria Buena Silva, okay? And maybe she did, but he came out and apologized the next day. Good on him. There's nothing wrong with that, with saying, hey, if someone thought I was being rough, whatever, but I like to push my fighter. She knows my system. She knows my style. You think that was bad? Like, this is how we talk.
Yeah, and that has worked for them before when she was fighting Yana Kunitskaya. She was down 2 rounds. Obviously, this was a 3-round fight. It wasn't a main event.
Right.
At the end of the second round, she was down bad. I mean, it was very clear.
Right.
All Kunitskaya had to do was survive. She wins the fight. And very similar thing. I mean, he's over in the corner and just, you have got to go, no chance. You do not finish the fight, you go home a loser. And it was like 30 seconds in, knocks her out.
Fuck yeah.
Did exactly what needed to do.
That's right.
And that coach got nothing but praise.
Oh, yeah.
Because it worked.
Oh, yeah.
But now that it didn't work.
That's right.
So it's just a little perspective there.
Excellent
now that it didn't work.
Excellent.
He's getting dogged on. But nobody said a negative word towards him in that fight because it fucking worked.
That's right.
He went out there and told her, his exact words were, every time you touch her, she doesn't like it. Go out there and fucking touch her. And just screaming at her and just going off. And said, you have no choice. You will go home a loser if you don't go out there and punch her in the fucking face. And it wasn't 30 seconds. Dropped her. Got on top of her. Dog pounded her. Got the win.
Badass. Yeah, that's the thing. If no one said anything 3 months ago, then shut the fuck up about it.
Right.
It's the UFC, dude. It's the UFC, and, there's a chance every time Aspen Ladd fights that she dies or kills. I mean, it's just like that kind of crazy world. Like, she's fighting in a fucking cage. Like, they're adults. If she's got a problem, she'll handle it.
Yes.
So, it does suck she missed weight. It sucks she lost, but it's not her division. I heard a couple people suggest maybe she stays at featherweight. Hey, put on a couple pounds for real. Stay up there, and that's your quickest shot. That's your quickest shot.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But that girl who couldn't handle Norma, who I think Norma's badass. I think she'd be a good title challenger. I don't think anything would change, but eventually it's going to happen. Eventually Nunes and Val, whether it's 10 years or 10 months, are going to have that epic Ronda Holly moment where the champ goes down. Maybe Norma's the one.
Yep.
But, maybe not. Maybe not. That being said, Aspen up there can't handle Norma. I mean, Norma's thighs were thick, dude. I mean, she's just a bigger human and dominated her. Aspen don't want none of 145 Nunes, bro. Like, you thought you wanted 135 Nunes. Well, maybe, but you don't want that bitch. God. So, that was that. That was the main event. Corey Anderson fucking beat Ryan Bader.
Gosh.
He knocked him out in the first round.
Super cringy.
All that drama Friday, Corey Anderson talking shit. He knows we trained together. I whooped his ass. It's like an unwritten rule. You don't gloat about that kind of shit. You don't go and give people's game plans, their weaknesses. They brought him in as a training partner. That's private shit. So it's already a low blow that Corey Anderson's out there lisping, saying that he whooped his ass in training. It made me sick. I was like, I fucking hate this guy. I remember when the UFC cut him, like, off a win maybe. They just didn't care. They just didn't like him. And I was like, good. But that was bad enough. So when Saturday night hits and he knocks him out in the first, not off some crazy epic power punch, nothing special, just one of those weird kind of exchanges where a guy drops and then he hops on him and some shitty hammer fists, and it was over in a minute. And it was the worst thing, man. I hated it. Even worse, this cock sucker. And I know Corey's been watching, so I hope he hears this. Spent all week saying, fuck the UFC. I left because they wanted me to be somebody I'm not. I just want to fight. I just want to get rewarded for wins, which is what they do here in Bellator. You don't have to put on a show. You don't have to be a character. It's not my style. Said it all week. Said it so many times I was rolling my eyes. At first, I was like, good for you, man. By the end, I'm like, shut the fuck up. He goes full villain after the fight. Bader's laying there unconscious, and he's fucking cussing the crowd. The country boy don't swear ever, and he's like out there being a dog, and it was cringy. Wasn't Triple C cool? It was cringy.
No, this was cringe.
It was bad.
Triple C has funny cringe.
Yeah, when Triple C does it, you get excited. I do.
Yeah, because it's hilarious.
God, Triple C. When this guy did it, I was like, shut the fuck up. Well, then he comes out at the post fight, does the same thing.
The post fight was terrible.
Plays villain.
Yeah.
Talk shit about, Bader's got 2 belts, and makes some. I don't even remember the quote. I'm not gonna say it. Some cringy comment about having 2 belts. He wants all.
I want all the gold. Yeah. Doing his eyebrows and everything.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Man, Corey. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I hope Bader knocks his ass out at heavyweight. Is Bader the heavyweight champ?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he was like, they're all calling me scum, telling me I suck. Well, what's that say about your boy? I just knocked him out 1 minute. I mean, he was like being douchey. Totally not what you like. You like to see. I like when a guy like Triple C talks shit for 3 months, sells the fucking fight, knocks the motherfucker out, talks a little shit in the cage, and when he gets back there to the post-fight presser, says, Dominic Cruz is a great fighter. It was such an honor to share the cage, did what I had to do and got the job done. That's what I like. This kicking a dude when he's down and making a fool of yourself is just... But guess what? We're talking about it.
Yep, we are.
Holy shit, it just occurred to me.
We are talking about it.
It worked. That motherfucker. That son of a bitch.
He got us.
What's his nickname? Overtime? Corey Overtime Anderson?
Something like that, yeah.
He sucks.
Never liked him enough to care.
So he advances in the Bellator tourney, which is for the belt. The belt had already changed hands to Vadim Ninkov when he beat Bader maybe 8 months ago, something like that. So the cool thing about the Bellator tournament is when the champion loses, the guy gets the belt. I mean, he's still got to defend it for the rest of the tourney, but it changes hands. So Corey didn't get that because Nemkov got it. And then the main event, Nemkov had a pretty decent fight. He ended up subbing the guy in the 5th round, which is cool. I love the late finishes because when the 4th round starts, usually I've given up, like, this motherfucker's going. Because I'm always the don't go the distance guy. And he got him in the 5th, and it is what it is. Bellator's not great. UFC brings in young killers every week. Young killers. We got TV shows dedicated to bringing in young killers. And Bellator signs anyone the UFC releases.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anyone the UFC releases. They got a couple homegrowns that have really excelled. AJ McKee started there, and now he's the king. I'm pretty sure Patricio's never been in the UFC.
No, I
so
don't think so.
He's
Michael Chandler was a guy
homegrown
for the longest time. Yeah,
yeah. And if Chandler beats Gaethje in a few weeks, it'll say something for Bellator.
It does. Yeah. I mean, we dog on Bellator a lot. They do have some good guys. It's just not stacked to the gills like the UFC is.
Yeah.
Anybody in the UFC's top 10 could be a champion.
I agree.
And anybody in the UFC's top 10 could beat Bellator's
for example,
champion.
Corey Anderson.
Yeah.
Corey Anderson couldn't make it in the big leagues. He couldn't. Could never crack that I don't know, top 5. Could never. He lost to Blachowicz when Blachowicz was on was not the man. When Blachowicz was a journeyman.
That was the fight that Blachowicz was supposed to lose again.
Right. Yeah, because he had lost a decision. And he knocked his ass cold.
Yeah.
They're having a little beef.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, Blachowicz.
It's funny.
I like Polish Power getting in the mix.
Yeah.
He's such a nice guy. It's kind of cool to see him say, I can't take this shit, bro. You couldn't make it with us, so don't be talking shit. Well, the reason it got brought up was because they were like, now that you've done this, do you feel like you are the best light heavyweight in the world? He was like, yeah, look at all the guys I beat. Like, you're not the best light heavyweight in the world. You're not even the best light heavyweight in the tournament, maybe, I pray to God, holy Jesus. Bader beats him at heavyweight. Nemkov beats him at light heavyweight, and he's just another journeyman, gatekeeper. But it's whatever. All right. This Saturday night, we've got the last card before the pay-per-view run. So we got 2 pay-per-views 2 weeks in a row. One's free. I keep telling you guys. And this card's not that bad.
No, this is definitely a big step up from last week. Definitely.
What's a couple you're looking forward to?
I like Jessica Rose Clark and Alex Caceres. Bruce Leroy.
Yep.
And because he's kind of flying under the radar. He's on like a 4-fight win streak.
He's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
He's young. He's a good striker.
And he's been around for a long time, too, for as young as he is. Yeah, him and Michael Johnson came into it about the same time. Gosh, like 10 years ago.
God damn. I think of Michael Johnson like an old dog, like Old Yeller. You know what I mean? When he gets a fight, I'm like, he's going down. I think he won last time, but.
No, I think he lost to Clay Guida.
Oh, yeah. He lost. Yeah, but he didn't get finished.
No.
I thought he wouldn't survive. Ronda Marcos is on there. Kemma Worthy, he's badass. Jamie Pickett's badass, Contender Series alum. The prelim main events, nothing too exciting for me. But the main card, we got Ike Villanueva. He's a pretty good up-and-coming heavyweight, man. I don't know who that guy he's facing is.
I don't know him either.
But Francisco Trinidaldo's badass at 170.
He is.
He's fighting Dwight Grant. Bruce Leroy versus Sung Woi Choi. Jessica Rose Clark, why don't I know her?
I don't know. She's been around for a little while.
She ranked?
I don't think so.
She's fighting Jocelyn Edwards. Co-main is Grant Dawson versus Rick Glenn. 155 is always juicy.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Super
main event.
deep. Yeah.
Main event, baby.
The main event.
Paulo Costa and Marvin Vettori. A little bit of drama going on.
There's a lot of drama going on there.
So when I was about to head up here, I saw that Marvin was talking a little shit that Paulo wasn't going to make weight. Marvin does this. Marvin talks shit.
Mm-hmm.
He says shit that ain't quite true. He
puts his shorts on backwards.
Yeah, he put his short on backwards for the first Venom photo shoot. You know, Dana and the gang, when they saw that, were like, God damn, can't catch a break with this fucking idiot, you know? I hate Marvin. I hate Marvin for the way he is, the way he acts. He's in total denial about the Adesanya losses.
Yep.
He denies that he lost the first, and he's come out this week saying that Izzy is not better than him, even though he won 5-0 6 months ago. He just got lucky and fought a very smart fight. I'm thinking, God damn, Marvin, just keep digging. This gets worse and worse by the goddamn month. Like, after the fight, the funniest clip ever, I've mentioned it on the show, but it's when Adesanya walks up after the fight, no card's been announced. He's like, can I get some props now? And Marvin goes, what do you mean? I won. And
I think I won this one.
Izzy rolls his eyes, like looks up, like he gasps, like it was just fucking, you couldn't hear him, but you knew what they were saying, and it was so fucking funny, dude. But yeah, Marvin's an idiot. I just dislike him. He's claiming this weight miss thing this week, and I can't help but wonder if it's bullshit or not. Well, fuck, then Paulo's on TV 20 minutes later saying, yeah, I weigh 211, and middleweight's off the table. We're either doing catch weight or light heavy. And I'm thinking, God damn. 1 year ago, you got to fight for gold. We just talked about Jim Miller. Never fought for a belt, 40 UFC fights. This guy got to fight for the belt at 13-0. And your first fight back, you're missing weight? What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, and you've been out for 13 months?
Yeah, he's been out for 13 months.
Like, come on.
And they're going, what's the deal, man? Can you tell us why you're missing weight? And he's like, I'll tell you after the fight. So he's going to claim another injury probably if he loses. When Adesanya beat him, he said he was drunk. Said he couldn't sleep in Abu Dhabi and drank a bottle of wine and was still drunk. Like, that's embarrassing. That's a grown-ass man acting like a kid, dude. Mm-hmm. I think Adesanya is probably definitely the best 185er on planet Earth. There's no shame.
So, go to your job, and when your boss asks you why you're not doing anything today, why you're dragging ass, be like, oh, I'm drunk.
Oh, God damn.
Just tell him, I'm drunk. I didn't sleep well last night, so I hit the bottle. I'm pretty fucked up right now. And just see how the hell that goes over for you.
If you see something, say something, baby. You'll be getting fired in no time.
Yeah, so
Yeah, bad excuse.
go tell your boss that you're drunk.
Yeah, bad excuse.
See how well that goes over.
Andy says he was injured. Andy says, he's running on it, no sleep. I mean, he used every excuse in the book. He sounded a little bit like Marvin Vettori.
Yeah.
In fact, even though this is a great main event, I don't think it could be any worse, personality-wise. I mean, these guys suck, dude. Just the way they act, the way they are. So this fight's going to be a light heavyweight or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just reading when I was sitting on your couch, I was reading the blog on it. And Paulo said, well, if we have to do 195, I'll try, but I really want 205.
That's crazy to me.
Like,
I know he weighed 211 today. It's 2 days before weigh-ins, so it's just fucking unprofessional.
And this is another thing that little things like this get overlooked. So they're wanting to move up a weight class. Well, we're not down at the little weights where it's 10 pounds. This is 20 fucking pounds.
Right.
This is 20 pounds. So go tell Brandon Moreno that Figueiredo can't make weight, but he wants to fight at featherweight.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying.
That is the exact same situation here.
Not really to me, because Marvin's probably pre-cut. Marvin's probably like, oh, fuck, if I stop cutting now, I'm still only going to weigh 191. Marvin was on point, as much as I hate him.
Right.
Paulo's going to weigh 205 or 206, and Marvin's going to weigh 198. And it's going to be a very unfair advantage. If I'm Marvin, I'm pushing hard for the 195 catch weight and say, suck it up, big boy. And I want 30% or whatever the fuck the fine is. You took a fight that we're trying to care about because you're both recent title challengers, and you've made it completely irrelevant to the 185-pound division. Now, I don't care who wins or loses. No one's getting a title shot. No one's getting pushed out of the title picture.
This does nothing.
It does nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Unless it's a 205, and then Paulo will probably knock out a very undersized Marvin and say, well, I guess I could be top 15 in light heavyweight. You fucking bag of shit. It drives me nuts, man. It's a bummer. Unprofessional as fuck, like I keep saying. Yeah, I don't know what I want. I don't want him to get cut over it, but, like, you know what? I would love that. I would love if Monday morning, win or lose, Paulo Costa's cut. It'd be good for Bellator to take him, and Dana fucking can't stand him. Can't be a draw anymore.
Well,
You know
I
what mean?
remember a time where Mackenzie Dern, who just headlined a fight, missed weight by 8 pounds. And all the rave was she missed weight by an entire weight class.
Right.
If you're looking at it in lower weight class, like this is the equivalent of 2 weight classes in some spots.
Well,
You are seriously missing it by 20 pounds.
he hasn't made a cut yet, though. Like, the cut is not final. Like, I totally get what you're saying if he weighed 211 at the end of the 2-hour limit on Friday. But let's say that they said, fuck you, Paulo. Make the weight. And he comes in on the scale. He'd probably hit like 190 after suffering for 2 days. You know what I mean? So he'd probably only miss by 5 or 8. This is all speculation because we don't know. We don't know because he's so off weight. He's doing what you said. Like, can we just go the weight class above?
Yeah, he's 211 right now. If he got to 190, I'd be shocked.
I mean, yeah. Dustin cuts 20. I mean, it's not crazy.
By Friday.
Yeah, I mean,
It's Wednesday afternoon.
yeah, these guys don't. I don't think
So
they start cutting until Monday or Tuesday, right?
It's just wild to me.
The cutting is the setting in the sauna part.
Yeah, I know what cutting
Like,
is.
I think they only do that like the last 2-3 days, right? They shouldn't be. They're not sweating yet, because you know how we always watch Embedded, and it's showing the very first episode's always showing like them getting on the planes on Saturdays and Sundays. No one's cutting yet. And they're all like, well, yeah, good camp, and just going to take the week to relax and start my weight cut. Like, I think he could probably knock 10 or 15 off, but it's still bullshit. It's still wrong.
So 15 pounds would put him at 194.
196 if he's at 211.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Yeah, I get what you're saying, but that's the thing is he's so off, and it's such a preemptive strike that we'll never know because he's not going to have to try to cut. He's came in and said, can't do it. And now he's going to hit whatever they decide. He's going to hit 205 or he's going to hit 195. Surely, if they make a 95 catch weight, he ain't going to come in there at 98. You know what I mean? Could you imagine the balls to miss weight on the catch weight request? But if I'm Marvin, I'm pushing for 195. I'm punishing this fucking motherfucker. I know Marvin don't have a chance. In my heart, Marvin don't have a fucking chance. He can't stand with Kevin Holland, whose stock is way fucking down right now. Paulo's going to eat you up.
Well, and what's crazy is yesterday, Paulo was the underdog. He's a plus 120 dog.
Well, fuck, he's been out for 13 months. Marvin's been active. I could buy into that.
But I don't see any way Paulo loses.
I would never bet on Marvin. No.
I don't see any way he loses.
As a matter of fact, I would never bet on Paulo for this fight either. I'm just going to watch it like this, because I don't give a fuck. I can't wait till next Saturday, boy. I can't fucking wait. I mean, pay-per-view time, baby, because this is embarrassing, but they can't all be great. We talked about this. If they give you 46 cards a year, only a real asshole would demand 46 times for it to be like Dillashaw, Sandhagen, Cruz, Cejudo. It can't always be that. I mean, even if it would have been Holly last week against, who was she supposed to fight? Norma?
Yeah, Norma.
I guess that's bigger. Yeah, that's bigger than the Aspen bullshit. And the week before, who fell out of that?
Well, Aspen fell out the week before due to the weight.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's whatever. It's the end of the year. The fighters that have either all fought their fights and they're taking Christmas off, or they're signed up for, October, November, December. So, it is what it is. So, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to see some title fights. I'm really ready for Usman Covington. I don't think there's a fight that has bigger impact than that for me. I mean, if Colby wins, dude, it changed the game.
It does. Majorly.
Major. It puts the kink in Usman armor that everyone's like, will he ever lose again? Is he the GOAT? Is the guy the GOAT after his 4th title defense? Fuck. It's like so much recency bias. And I love Kamaru. I hated him. He's a killer. When he fights and I watch, it's great. He's earned my loyalty in that aspect. When Usman's on a card, I'll say, hey, you ain't gotta like him. But that's a bad man. But goddamn it, if Colby can get him, if George can beat Leon, baby, we're talking super fight. What scenario would you rather see? You can have Usman win and Leon win, Usman win and Masvidal win, Colby, Leon, Colby, Masvidal. How would you like those two to turn out? Because that's a title eliminator, whether they're calling it one or not.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as a fan standpoint, fuck yeah. Who wouldn't want to see Colby and George?
I know.
From a fan standpoint, who wouldn't want to see that?
They'd sell it so hard, dude.
Oh, my God.
There'd be so much great media. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that'd be one of those fights that they booked like 6 months out.
Yeah.
So there could be 6 months worth of
Jorge
build up.
fights the 11th of December. By Christmas, we'd probably have a August 2022.
Right, yeah.
Masvidal Covington.
Yeah, we're looking at late summer. Mm-hmm. So they can have this 6-7 months of build up.
Have you seen the picture floating around of Volkanovski and Cejudo, and it looks like what we always see whenever they announce fights. Yeah, it's floating around. It's getting posted by everything but UFC. So don't know if it's official or not, but this is leaked out from like MMA Uncensored. Volk Cejudo 2022, which just means there's no bout agreement, there's no dates, but there's been some verbal agreements. I don't know if it's true, but dude, if it is, what a fucking super fight, bro. Triple C. C4. I think he could do it. Not because Volk's not great, but because how can you doubt Henry? How can you? He's done everything he said. It may not always be pretty, but God damn it, he's done everything he said.
W is a W.
That's right. And I thought the Cruz victory was epic because he took a gnarly clash of heads, was gushing. I thought he was going to pass out. Knocks his ass out. He just, Dillashaw, flyweight title. Pops for EPO after the fact. He knocked him out in the first round. In the first minute or two.
Yeah, I think it was 30. It was either 32 or 34 seconds.
Triple fucking C, baby. He's great. Okay, news. We got Kevin Lee popped today.
Yep, saw that. Wasn't it for like ADHD medicine or something?
Well, yeah, he popped for I can't think of what they call that.
Is that Adderall?
Yeah, he popped for Adderall.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Which, any ladies watching right now are going, because that's what they get fucked up on sometimes. Like, he popped for an ADHD medicine. Doesn't mean he ain't taking it so he can train longer, because that's what the shit does. It tweaks you out if you don't really have ADD. So it is a thing. I mean, if you fail the USADA drug test, then it's not allowed. Don't know why it's not allowed. I don't know what the rules is.
Well, I did a little bit of reading on the article on it, and the one thing that stood out to me was it said, well, this was doctor prescribed. Okay. So my question is, if this was doctor prescribed, why didn't you fucking say anything?
Maybe he did.
Why didn't you? Is my question. Why?
Maybe he did, and the UFC said, "Oh, okay."
Well, it said he didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. He kept it anonymous.
Yeah. So why didn't you say anything?
Well,
that would have been my first thing. Would be like, well, I'm on this medicine. I'm on this medicine. I'm on this medicine. It is prescribed.
Yeah. I don't know. Guys with low
If that's
T,
an issue, then we're going to figure something else out.
Guys with low test can go get testosterone prescribed. But if you do it, you're going to pop USADA and get fined and suspended. So, I mean, just because a doctor wrote it don't mean it's okay.
Yeah, but you're getting tested.
I'm just saying it doesn't mean it's okay just because it's a doctor. That's a stupid excuse because doctors can write all sorts of shit that we're not allowed to use.
That's like shooting up and then going to a drug test thinking you're not going to pop.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he didn't. I mean, he's not in competition. I'm sure he didn't expect them. You know how they ran him?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he didn't expect them to. He was probably partying on the fucking shit. He probably don't take it. It probably is an old prescription. He was probably partying on it for a couple days or training on it, whatever, because it is like speed.
Mm-hmm.
And then they knocked, and he thought, "Fuck, you can't refuse USADA. Refusing USADA is worse than popping." You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Like Kevin Young, they thought he was going to be a star, and he is popular, but he's not a star.
No,
he's not done what he was supposed to do. He had the big knockout of Gregor Gillespie a couple of years ago, but we know Gregor, but that's not that big of a deal. I think he has some tough losses to Tony, Charles. I mean, he's fought the best, but he's came up short.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if you lose by 3 or 30, baby.
His biggest win was probably Michael Chiesa.
Oh, definitely.
Which was controversial in its own.
What was the controversy?
He technically didn't tap.
Really?
Now, he was caught. It was with, seconds away from happening. I mean, he was caught, but he technically didn't tap. I mean, he was in. The rear naked choke was in. Michael had quit fighting the hands and was just in pure panic mode now. I mean, it's in. The face is turning purple. We're seconds away from going to sleep. And you just see Michael just kind of, and the ref stopped it.
What do you think? You think he would have got out?
No. I mean, it was locked in.
Gotcha.
For sure. I mean, he got to the point where he quit fighting the hands. He quit fighting it. He knew he was caught.
He wanted to pass out instead of tapping out, probably. Yeah.
But it was like so similar to the Askin Robbie thing. Like,
yeah,
he wasn't out because he just immediately popped up and started protesting.
Right. But was there a way out? With
no,
Robbie, we don't know.
No. I mean, I understand the controversy behind this, but he was caught.
Sounds to me like
he was caught.
Chiesa's Kevin Lee's biggest win,
Yeah.
Like you said. Not a lot of big fights. Charles Jourdain, who I really like watching, got a fight with Andre Ewell, who is a awesome unranked fighter. Ashley Yoder versus Vanessa Demopoulos, January 15th. We're getting to that point where we're announcing fights for, late winter, early spring. during COVID, I got spoiled on fights getting announced 2 weeks before they fucking happened. It would be crazy shit like Gilbert Usman in 5 weeks. Like, what the fuck? It'd be stuff like that. Now we're getting the old 3-4 month treatment, which is good, which means we're back to normal a little bit. I heard Dana talking a little bullshit about travel restrictions coming back. So I don't follow the news quite as much as I should. I don't know what, COVID's doing worldwide, but apparently Fight Island's about to be like popping again because a lot of our foreign fighters can't get to the States. So I guess it's starting back up again, man. Huh. So, the Abu Dhabi cards are always weird. We got one next week, but they're always at an off time kind of because it's such a big time change. And a lot of fighters hate it because it's so hot over there. It's like 120 degrees in the octagon, and you're fighting at 7 a.m. U.S. time sometimes. But Jessica Ai pulled out of her fight. Calvillo's now fighting Andrea Lee.
That's good for Calvillo.
Yeah, and that's
right
November
back in
13th.
there.
That's coming up pretty quick. Yeah, 9-3 versus 12-5. Flyweight fight.
Yeah, because Calvillo just lost, so that's good to get back in there.
Flyweight's my favorite ladies division because I love Valentina, bro. I do. I didn't know she was like my favorite chick fighter, but she's up there. Like, I know I love old girl, the old Irish gal. Excuse me for forgetting her name, but I like Valentina, man. Caitlin Chukagian, Jennifer Maia 2. That is in January. I don't know how you feel about that. I'm not too jacked, but I like Jennifer. I don't love Caitlin. I don't dislike her, but she doesn't excite me. She's ranked 3 in the world, but
it's just one of those things that kind of sucks. They both fought and lost for the title already.
Right. What are we?
Jennifer Maia did put on the best performance of anyone against Valentina.
Oh yeah,
she did.
That's right. She did. She won a round.
Yeah, won a round. Which is what's so crazy is that we're saying that's the best anyone's ever done. She won a round.
That's it.
That just shows how amazing Valentina is.
Kind of crazy is the best anyone ever did against Amanda, her rival, was beat her because Valentina beat her ass twice. So I think Valentina's better. Better reputation, record, history. She don't have 2 belts, but it's not her fault that Nunes is a naturally huge Amazonian style lady, and she's a petite little bad motherfucker. Although if Rose can win again, I would love to see some talk of maybe Valentina Rose starting a sort of rivalry, And Joanna's talking publicly this last couple of days about, no, I'm back. They can complain about my ranking or they can take my ranking. I don't care. I'm back. Yes, baby. It's about to heat up. Okay. What are you most looking forward to these next couple of weeks? We got so many big fights.
There is so many big fights. Obviously, the Colby Usman is the fight for sure.
For sure.
A lot of things I'm looking forward to. Dustin Charles. Not only is that a huge fight, this is kind of like how we were talking about Stipe and Francis. Like the champion's going in a dog.
Amen.
So we're gonna see. I talked about Charles Oliveira for a really, really long time. If he beats Dustin, then
see how much sack you got, Charles.
We're gonna see.
Yeah, if he beats Dustin, he's undisputed.
Right. So I'm really excited to see that fight because Charles obviously gets a lot of slack.
Yeah.
Everybody looks at Dustin as the champion.
Gets a lot of grief.
Yeah.
Yeah. People don't respect that he's got the gold. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. Not saying that I dislike Dustin or I dislike Charles. I'm just excited for that fight. Everybody looks at Dustin as a champion already, and I don't know. I just like it. I like it a lot.
Hell yeah.
Colby Usman,
Chimaev,
the return of Chimaev,
Hooker and Makhachev.
Yeah, that was something we talked about a little bit off air today. Was how 267 has some really massive favorites.
Yeah, dude.
Really big favorites.
Yeah, you could put a big wad on the favorite game, and pending any crazy UFC shit, you'd hit big, but there's always crazy UFC shit. A dog is going to cash. A dog is going to cash on one of those 2 main cards. Maybe Chimaev chokes, maybe Sandhagen wins. A dog is going to hit. I wish I knew which one.
I
Maybe
know.
I'd put
There's
the
no way
house
they're
on it.
all going to hit, but
What if? What if you parlayed Li Jianling by finish with Corey Sandhagen by finish?
Corey Sandhagen, I think, is the smallest dog on the whole main card, and he's like a plus 190. I think he's the only one that's not in the twos.
Anytime you parlay two dogs, oh, Jingling's probably a big dog. Anytime
Lang.
you parlays two dogs, they explode.
Hooker's like a fucking plus 400 or 500.
I don't think he's got a chance.
I don't
love
either.
I love him taking the fight. I love it. Fucking savage. But I don't see anything other than us talking about his heart after he loses 30-26 or something, you know. But that's why this is great. Because Hooker could knock that motherfucker out for all we know. He could outpoint him. He could defend every takedown. We don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he ankle pick him and tap his ass.
You know, we talked about it a lot, how Thiago Moises,
Hey.
you know, he didn't do bad.
No.
He didn't do. He wasn't
He
losing 10-8
initiated
rounds.
takedowns.
Yeah.
Like I said, Khabib had the better ground, and maybe Makhachev has the better subs, but he didn't have the control. I could see Hangman kind of being slippery and getting out of some stuff, but I do think Makhachev wins a decision. I hope we get some crazy shit.
I hope so. I hope
Baby.
it's close.
I hope Nunes loses. Yeah. I want the belt to change. I want I want that for us fans. Like, we want the crazy oh shit moment. We want that Stone Cold's music. We want that kind of fucking excitement, you know? So I'm rooting for all the dogs, baby. Next week, it's going to be better. We're going to have some better fights to talk about. In a couple of weeks, Zach Davis is going to come on and hang with us. He's fights at my gym, and he's a professional fighter and could have a super bright future. Super cool that he's going to come on and talk about. It'll be about 6 days before his fight. So he's going to talk about the weight cut and tell us a little bit about just the grind of being a local fighter trying to make it big, and how he probably, you know, he's a working man. He trains when he's not working, so it's like full time, and that's dedication, dude. Like, fuck, I'll get Snapchats from this dude at like 4 a.m. fucking drinking Rocky Balboa eggs and shit, and I'm like, God damn, boy, how you do it? And it don't faze him at all. He's just like, gotta do what you gotta do, baby. And I'm excited for that. He was gonna come next week, but he's got some stuff going on, so we're just gonna move it to the week after. But other than that, we're going to keep doing this every Wednesday. Keep on keeping on, baby. Keep trucking. Try to get some hits, some views. Please like and subscribe. I'll put some clips on TikTok. God damn it, people, just watch them. All right. That's all I got, Bubba.
That's all I got. We'll be back next week.